This segment of the news is brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.
Minister of Education Jeffrey Lloyd defending the national examinations, insisting that they were indeed a success. He says as much during the MOE's virtual press conference to address the examination results.
And I declare unequivocally that the entire examination exercise was a success. It was worth the financial, emotional, mental, physical, and psychological costs. It was a remarkable accomplishment that has clearly disappointed a fair number of naysayers. The task was what has always been. The director keeps repeating this, and that is to ensure that upon completion of the examiner training, candidate sitting, and the marking and grading of the numerous examinations, upon all of that, those who had opted to take them would receive valid and reliable.
Minister Lloyd says that Cambridge International Examinations, or CIE, would not have accredited the Bahamas General Certificate of Secondary Education if they had any misgivings that any of the protocols had been compromised. He says that the CIE's stamp of approval means that those who receive grades can use them as a way to enter international top-notch universities or as an avenue for employment. Also defending the outcome of the national exams was Assistant Director of Education, Evelyn Sawyer, who says that the focus should not be on the results.
Talk about the exams being a success. It is more than just looking at the students who got A's, B's, C's, and D's, all right? We have to look at the mere fact that we were able to complete the examination, administer the exam and complete it, makes it a success. And a lot of our children do well, but we always concentrate on what we consider to be the students who we say are doing poorly. But when we consider what our children went through during 2020, it was remarkable that they were even able to write the examination. And so we really do not need to look at what, the grades that the children got, but we have to look at the resilience of our children and what they were able to accomplish, and this indicates that it was a success.
When asked if he would do anything differently in regards to the national examinations, Minister Lloyd says this.
Not at all. We were learning how to fly the plane while flying it. And we were not the only country in the world that was going through that experience. Not only in education, but in every subdivision of country's life. Okay? And as you indicated, hindsight is 2020. We didn't have the benefit of 2020 as we were going through this pandemic. As the pandemic went on, we learned more about the coronavirus, and therefore the response to the virus started to evolve as the information and the knowledge became more acute. Right. We did the best that we could with the information that we had at our hands.
Mr. Lloyd says that the MOE will look back on this experience and make adjustments as they move forward. President of the Bahamas Union of Teachers, Belinda Wilson, predicts that the 2021 national examination results will be worse than 2020's. She says as much in an audio press release from yesterday. Despite Ms. Wilson being avidly against the national examinations being held during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic and suggesting that the Ministry of Education give predicted grades instead, the MOE stood by their decisions to not cancel the exams.
I contend that 2021 exam results will be even worse and participation less than 2020 because the students this year have had so many interruptions with an inoperable and inadequate virtual platform. School started mid-October. The content and syllabus for the 2021 examinations at present are incomplete, and most schools are behind schedule. The 30% of students stated by the Ministry of Education who never accessed the virtual platform sadly equates to approximately 14,400 students.
Ms. Wilson contends that the education gap is widening as underachievers and students from lower socioeconomic standards are being disenfranchised. Stay with us.
This segment of the news has been brought to you by Sun Oil Limited.